Hey, so we're back and this is our journey with ukulele video, and I want to start by sharing with you what influenced us. I've never been able to play an instrument. I've never played an instrument. So when my daughters were growing up and we were doing worships, I thought, it would be so cool to have some sort of instrument. So I picked it up. We had a toy ukulele at home and I just looked for some videos and I started just trying to learn. And then my daughter, who at the time was 5.5, she seemed interested. And so, we started playing. This was around Christmas time 2 years ago. And so she started playing along. And then we came across a good friend of mine who she taught her boy how to play the ukulele. We got a chance to visit with them and my daughter saw him playing. And at that time, I think he was 8 or 9. And so she thought, if he can do it, then I can do it. And she got really excited. Another big influence is that we go to a summer camp and our staff, we have wonderful people and some of them play the ukulele, and she got even more excited because she could play along with them. So those are some big influences that we had. I would say that me playing the ukulele really sparked on her the desire, like her interest in it. But it was definitely just going along with seeing other kids and seeing other people doing it and how fun it is that it really influences. So if you have some sort of influences like this in your life, exposing your kids to those influences would be great. The second thing I want to share is a time frame. So Nayla, who is my oldest, who is the one that plays really well the ukulele now, she plays a lot better than I can. She knows a lot more chords, a lot more patterns, strumming patterns. So she started, the first time she got an actual hands-on was when she was 5.5. And she played her first song, which is You're My Sunshine. She played it summer 2019. So she had just turned 6. And it was done when she just sort of took off. I just kind of went along with her. And so just a time frame. Now I'm teaching Julieta. She's 4. She's picking it up very well. And so I'll, throughout this time, I'll show you how I'm actually going to teach her. I know a lot of studios and people don't start with the ukulele until they're 5. But she just seemed interested because her sister was playing and she wanted to be part of the fun. So I'll show you how we're doing that. The other thing I wanted to share with you are some lessons we've learned. Maybe you can call it tips that we learned through our journey. A very first one is introduce them to music. You don't have to be a musician to introduce music to your kids. There's a ton of instruments you can use at home. See, if they see you loving instruments and music, then they're gonna be engaged. And so the first thing is just introducing music to your home. Singing great tunes for your kids. We like to pick wholesome but beautiful music at the same time. Another thing I wanted to tell you is I do believe all kids can benefit from music, but there are some that are more musically oriented than others, and that's up to you, the parent, the teacher, the grandparent, the caregiver, to spend time with them and seeing if they just enjoy music, they're joyful with music, or they have a musical inclination. So I think that's something you really need to find out before you want to introduce this instrument. Just find out if they're actually interested and if they have the inclination to music. The other thing is being patient. Okay, so your first practices or the first times, if they're 4 or 5, it's gonna look more like you're playing with the ukulele. And then so I encourage you to try to learn, even if it's just a few chords. C, F, G are great chords to just learn, and you will just spark that interest in them. But just be patient. For practices, I remember when we first started, it was literally like a minute here and there through the day, maybe a couple, 3 minutes. But what it's key is the consistency. Once we started, I prayed and I said, if I want her to do this, we're going to do it every single day. So at the beginning, we were practicing every day, 1 minute, 2, and it starts, growing a little bit more as they start getting more excited and seeing what they're playing, and they'll fall in love with that. But just be patient with them. Their little fingers will start to hurt at the beginning while they get used to it. So don't have a big expectations at the beginning, especially if they're really young, 4.5. So it's very small increments in time of practice, but consistency is key. Like with everything with kids, with habits, right? Consistency is key. I've learned that it's in my plate, it's my responsibility if she's gonna be successful in these things, because she's so young, and if I don't push her, if I don't show her the consistency, what the beautiful fruits that come from hard work, then she won't get to enjoy it. So first, just be patient. Your practices are gonna be 1 to 2 minutes for a few weeks, a few months, depending to your child. And then just encourage them and make it a habit, be consistent. So those are the things we wanted to share in this, our journey with the ukulele video. Hope you enjoyed it.